Hello everyone. So it's been a while since I made any videos for YouTube and thought I would give you an update on what's going on. So the last time I made a really quick video to update you on my health situation, that was in October 2023 last year. So it's now first week of March in 2024. And it's been about 3 months after my radiation therapy. So as you can see here, everything is okay now. Most of the physical obvious side effects from the radiation is gone. Otherwise, it will be my whole lower area of my face was red, and in this area there was some broken skin and a little bleeding towards like the tail end of the sessions. But everything's okay now, except I am still experiencing some swelling down here. As you can tell here, it looks like a third chin, like a really accentuated third chin. Okay, and it's a little hard, and I have dry mouth on the right side. So my mouth is not completely covered in saliva, so I can feel the dryness even now as I'm talking, so I'm going to keep this really short. And at the moment, I still have some parts of my beard hasn't started growing back yet. You can tell that, okay, this part has started. Otherwise, up to a few weeks ago, this part was completely devoid of any hair follicles at all. So now they are starting to come back slowly. So this part came back first because it was the furthest away from the radiation, which was this part. And then everything here is still pretty much hairless. So, and I am feeling quite a bit better now. And except that I still feel very easily fatigued, and my taste hasn't completely returned yet. I would say I have probably about 70% of my taste returning, and my dry mouth is still dry as ever. Not completely dry like a desert, because I still have the left side of my saliva glands producing saliva, but it's not enough to cover like the entire mouth. So it feels constantly like a normal person feeling thirsty, like really thirsty, kind of in that way. So other than that, that's about it. So I'm in the process of finding a new norm as far as producing more videos are concerned. So I have to find a new norm to start producing again. So I'm starting now. So I'm not completely, entirely back on track yet. So bear with me. And I would like to thank all of you who sent me well wishes when I published that video of me taking a break on this channel for a while for my treatment and recovery. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And now we will continue with the video. Hello everyone. So in this video, I will be sharing with you an algorithm that I had created over my recovery period on what I would like to see in this forthcoming year. So I know it's a little late now, but it's still early in the year. You can still do it for the rest of the year, or you can save it for next year. So the choice is up to you. We will be seeking to draw something along the lines of what would I like to see in this coming year? That will be the theme of this drawing. Hello everyone. So this video, I'm going to show you an algorithm that I developed over the time when I was resting at home, recovering from you know what. So basically, this algorithm was supposed to be used for, setting your mind for the coming year. We are still early in the year, so we still use this, but albeit it's like March now at the time of this recording. So there's still time. You can still use this if you want, or you can keep it for next year. Okay? Learn the technique and you can use it for next year. So basically, this algorithm is a mishmash of psychological theories, art therapy techniques, and majorly neurographic methodology. So it's not 100% neurographic methodology, but it's kind of like I put my own twist into it, and it's neuroart anyway, so it's not neurographic per se. Okay, so in any case, what you're going to need is, I'm going to use watercolors for paint coloring. So I'm going to use watercolor for the coloring. Now, I may not use this particular set of watercolor because I don't really like it. They're watercolors. They don't move like watercolors. They're pretty colors and everything, but that's about it. Okay, so I'm just leaving this here as a representation of the coloring medium that I'm going to be using. All right, and then the main thing is to have two different kinds of pen. Okay, so what I mean by two different kinds of pen, it's one that draws thick lines. So I'm using this pen that's a flat nib. Okay, you don't have to use this. You can use a thick ink pen and a really fine one, and I'm going to use this gray color fine liner from Winsor & Newton. You don't have to exactly use this one. So if you don't have access, then you can just use the normal, pen to do it, pencil, whatever you have on hand. So, and the reason why I'm using a black and a gray one, this is gray color, this is black color, okay? It's and thick and thin, I will explain later during the drawing, okay? And then another two colors, one for your fixation and one for your field lines. I may not use these two exact colors depending on what I choose to color later. So yes, as I'm recording this, I haven't done anything yet except some preliminary drawings that I've done in the beginning of the year without recording because I was just feeling too sick to record anything. And so just remember to get two different colors for your graphical fixation and your field lines, okay? And you need a notebook and some writing materials to write down things that you'll be drawing, all right? So I will take you through step by step. So first of all, I'm going to clear this. So the very first step you're going to do is you're going to get your notebook and a pen or a piece of paper, up to you, or you can even write on the back of your drawing paper. Oh yeah, you need drawing paper. So because I'm using watercolors, I am going to be using some watercolor paper, okay? You can use whatever type of watercolor paper you prefer, okay? So first step, you are going to open up the notebook or get a piece of paper, some writing material, and write here. In this case, I'm going to pretend like we're going to be drawing something for the whole year of 2024. if you want to save this for next year, 2025, so up to you. So basically, the question is, what would you like to experience in the year ahead? Okay, so in this case, because we're doing it in the beginning of 2024, so we're gonna be writing down what, in this case, because I'm drawing, so I'm going to be writing down what I would like to experience for 2024. All right, so write down the list of things. It doesn't have to be a lot. Could just be 2 or 3, 4 or 5. Could be 100 if you want. All right, so the choice is really up to you. So basically, write your list of things that you would like to experience in the year ahead. All right, and also a list of resources which you can draw strength from. All right, so you're not going to be seeing me write the list down. You won't be seeing the list either, but you will be able to see the list as I draw it. All right. Now your list can be as detailed as you want to be. Okay, and you can code it. Like I can show you some examples here. Okay. For previous things that I've drawn, it can be very detailed, can be very long, and then if it's too long, you can have, coding. All right, so basically that's about it. And you can pause the video here, and I will see you again in a little bit. So hello again. So with watercolor paper, I'm using the cold press watercolor paper. Okay, and this size is a slightly smaller than the usual size that I often use, but it's okay. Size is not really a big thing, so let's get on with it. So now, as mentioned earlier, I'm using Neurographica methodology, but I'm also combining in quite a few other different theories and ideas and techniques in here, so it's not fully Neurographica. All right, so let me get some paper because I don't want stuff on this surface. Yeah. All right. So first, I'm going to use, as mentioned before, I'm using 2 different thickness of pen to do this drawing. Okay, so the first one I'm going to be using is the thicker one, which is in this case the flat nib pen. All right, and the first thing I want you to do is look for a approximate center of the paper and draw a circle there. Okay, it doesn't have to be the absolute center, as long as it is an approximate center, right? And then you need to write your name in there. Okay. Now, you will have a list of things that you want to draw on here, which is the list of experiences that you would like to receive in the year ahead. Okay, so you're gonna use the same pen again. So and then you can go with your intuition for where you would like to have all these things at. Okay, so like for example, the very first one I have is abundance. So I'm going to draw abundance here. So I'm going to draw a circle for abundance. Okay, and then I'll name it as such. Okay, and I'm going to have, feel like the next one I have is healthy. Okay. And then next, I'm gonna draw, I need recovery of my salivary glands, so I feel that it needs to be right next to this healthy circle. And you can round it now if you like. No, I'm not going to use this to round, I'm going to use this. Actually, I'm going to use my brush pen to round. You can use whatever you want to round. Okay. And then I'm going to write here. Right, so and then I have another one that is financial freedom. And I want one here. Okay, and one last one, which is going to be my resource. I only have one resource, so you can have as many resources as you want. Just be aware of which one is your resource and which one isn't, okay? Alright, so next thing we do is find yourself again. So this is yourself, this is me here. So you gotta find you from this center of you, or me in this case. I'm gonna draw neural lines out. Again, I'm using this thicker pen to do it. Okay, like so. you want to draw lines touching every single one of the things you've drawn. You can have more than one line if you want. Okay, even the resource. And then now I'm going to round it. Okay, it's easier if I do the rounding down than later. Okay, so I've gone through one round of rounding, and then I'm going to double over all these lines and then go through another round of roundings. Okay. Then I'm going to do more roundings now. Okay, so this next one is where this gray pen comes in, this gray fine liner. And the reason why I have two different sizes of nibs is because for this one, I'm not going to do any rounding or very minimal. And I'm going to be drawing lines all over in a very, well, let's just say it's going to be very messy, but in a good way. And the first thing I would want you to do is you take this, you start drawing neural lines, like trace them along all this. Okay, from your center, I'll show you, and then you'll see what I mean. So basically, you want to draw some neural lines around your circle. Okay, and then you want to go through all the shapes that you've drawn, neural lines. Like that, without lifting the pen off the page. Try your best. Alright. If you do a mistake, that's fine. You can go back, like I did just now. And you notice that I'm going 2 rounds around all the shape before coming out. I'd leave the universe one out first, the resources out, just all the things that you've drawn. Okay. Just do that. You can do over it as many times as you want, but for time constraint reason, I'm just going to go over it 2 rounds. And then now we're going to triple, quadruple, pentuple across all the lines that you've drawn. Okay? From now, we start from the center again. And we do this. And then we're gonna go over like that as well. Okay. You can even do this. You can even do this. So basically, wherever there are lines, you can go over it with the fine line as many times as you want. So for this time, I'm going to be doing the universe one line as well. Okay, so at this point, I'm feeling like I want to go over it with some black, fine black lines, thin ones. I'm not sure why, but I just feel that you'll look better with that. Okay, so at this point, I feel like I'm done with the drawing. I'm going to just do a few roundings here and there from the fine lines that I've drawn just now, right? Okay, I think that's about all the rounding I'm going to be doing for this piece. Next is coloring. I will come back with my set of watercolors and we'll be doing some coloring. You may not need to do the coloring that I'm doing. You can use whatever medium that you'd like to color, so you don't have to use watercolors. Hello everyone again. So I'm going to be doing the coloring now and I'm using watercolors. I have some old watercolors here from filling up some water brushes, and these were left over, so I'm going to use them to see what happens. If it fails, then I'll do something else to try and save it. Okay, so the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to be sealing down, or rather sticking this is watercolor paper, so I'm going to stick the watercolor paper onto this board here. So you'll not be hearing a lot of talking from me, but more of just doing, right? Okay, so I'm done with this piece. I kind of like this piece the best. I've done two other pieces, both test pieces, and both done in the beginning of the year because I was trying the algorithm out because I had a sudden inspiration. So I'm going to show it to you. So this was the very first piece. Similar, very similar, except that when I finished this, I noticed that I was missing something. So I added it in to this piece. Oh yeah, I did this with the King's Art gel sticks. Okay, and then this I did it with color pencils. So I kind of corrected what I missed out here and put it in here when I didn't want to spend the next 3 hours using color pencils to color this. So I just made like a really quick and really light coloring just to get it done and over with. And then the final piece, this is the one. So even after completing this, I noticed that I was missing some stuff here. So I included it in this third and final piece. As you can see, this piece of paper is slightly smaller than A4 size. These are A4 size. This is slightly smaller. Why? Because that's the only size I can get the cotton watercolor paper in. Like, otherwise, it's going to be slightly bigger, like really big, double this size, and I didn't want to go that big. So this is it. So I hope you enjoy your session drawing, and I will talk to you again in the next video. Bye!